Hello, friends. Mark Holmes here with my buddy Cowboy Jobu with a minute 24 left in the game, and it's been the tale of two halves. I got to tell you, DeMarcus Lawrence is becoming the war daddy that Jerry Jones had asked for. Now, unfortunately, we see Sean Lee on the field right now. Let's hope that it's just a cramp and nothing serious. But I got to tell you, as much as the defense has been on the field, he's probably just tired. Ain't you tired, Sean? Ain't you? And I know DeMarcus Lawrence has got to be tired. Now, I got to tell you, with 3 sacks tonight, let me say it again, 3 sacks tonight, we're talking about him having 6.5 on the season. You know that his agent is like, show me the money. Hopefully we can hold on. It's 2nd and 17 with a minute 24. Dallas Cowboys up 28-17. And I got to say, hold on, let me watch this play over here. See if DeMarcus Lawrence can get another one, because they're pinning their ears back right now. And they're bringing a safety blitz. And they got a first down. I got to tell you, it's night and day difference on when you can put pressure on Carson Palmer. Carson Palmer is not a good quarterback when he's got somebody in his face. He literally does not like to get hit. But when you don't get pressure on him, he literally eats you up. And the thing that amazed me about this game, I got to be honest with you, is the Cardinals receivers, if they get the ball anywhere close to them, it's like they got flypaper hands or something, because they don't drop shit. Okay, a minute 17 left, first down on the 10-yard line here. Cowboys still up by 11. Carson Palmer's back. And they put pressure on him, and I think he's outside. He's out of the end zone. Touchdown, there's a flag. Hold on. Nope. Okay, so it was overruled. I looked at that, and it didn't look like he was in bounds to me from where I'm sitting, and the TV's across the room. But originally it was called a touchdown. There is a flag on the field. Hopefully it's holding or something on them. That's not even close.
Well, he didn't get both feet down.
Yeah.
No, he got the touchdown, but they're calling it back.
No, he didn't. Okay.
No, they said he got the touchdown, but because of the penalty, they're calling it back.
No, son.
That's what they just said. But there's a penalty on it.
There's a penalty on it. If they'd gotten the touchdown, they would decline the penalty. They ruled him out of bounds. Okay. So, clarifying that, the receiver's foot was out of bounds. Defensive pass interference beforehand. Holding, so they'll get a first down and half the distance to the goal line. Tank Lawrence has been a beast. Hopefully, I've been around long enough not to count a game in the bag yet, even though we're up by 11 with a minute 10. Get a sack. Okay. 2nd and goal with a minute and 6 left. Cowboys still up by 11. We need to keep the ball in bounds. We need a sack and get some of this time off the clock. Damn it, Brown. Jordan Lewis. Hey, Jordan Lewis, for a guy who stayed injured during training camp and being literally thrown to the wolves and into the fire, has not done a bad job at all. It's clear, though, that with the walking mash unit that we have on our defense, that defensive backfield, that the youth are good players, but we need some time and experience. And here we go, 2nd and goal. Palmer's back. And almost picked off, almost sacked. It's clear that our defensive backfield is our bugaboo right now. We've got a lot of injuries and stuff in there. The guys have had a hard time staying on the field, and they're inexperienced. But they're scrappy. I will give you that. Xavier Woods, he's made some really good plays tonight. Lewis has been fantastic. Byron Jones has had a couple of misses and penalties, but he's also had some really good plays. So we've got some good guys, but we need time. The fortunate thing that has happened tonight is we have had a pass rush galore. And they have a catch. It's 4th and goal with the clock running. 49 seconds left. Arizona has no more timeouts left. And here we go, 4th down. Incomplete pass. That's going to be the game, guys. 4th down, the black sheep hold. Now, I got to say a couple things. And if some of you want to get mad, go ahead and get mad. But here's the thing that really ticks me off is the defeatist attitude that we get from people. Guys, football can change in a heartbeat. So many people were ready to say, the hell with the Cowboys. They suck. They lose. They pack it in the first quarter. Okay? The first quarter. Guys, understand, this is what I keep trying to tell you guys. As bad as our team played, we were only down 7-0. 7-0. Okay? You got that touchdown. We got back into it. And as long as you have a team that keeps fighting and doesn't give up, even when all hell, when nothing is working right, you got a chance. It wasn't like we were down 28-7. If it was something like that, okay, yeah, I would understand giving up. But we were only down 7 points. I heard guys saying Dak Prescott, he sucks. He's a bum. Dude had 2 touchdowns and really a third one that was called back, okay? He ended up rushing for a touchdown. Give the guy some slack. You can't give up on a guy literally in 1 quarter of play. People kept saying, Dez Bryant, he's no longer number 1 receiver. He's no good. Trade him. But did you see the effort of him driving literally 5 guys into the end zone and never giving up? Don't give up on your team. As Michael goes past again, don't give up on your team, because I have seen crazy games where the team has come back from dead, 14 points down, 21 points down, to win. Keep the mojo going with your team. Keep supporting them and stop trying to call them out. Now, I'll be the first to admit that I said that Zeke Elliott looks like he's hesitating. And it may be that he's got the weight. The dogs are excited about the Cowboys winning.
You didn't call your boy. Tell him to get me a DeMarcus Lawrence jersey.
Okay. Okay. All right, Sean, Mike Moss, if you're watching, go ahead and get that DeMarcus Lawrence jersey. Actually, get 2 of those DeMarcus Lawrence jerseys ready to go. It just bothers me when people just give up on the team in 1 quarter. We had that happen a lot of times last year where we started slow, like against the 49ers, and we were down 14-0. Our team sucks. This quarterback's a bum. Get him out of here. It's like, understand that this is a second-half team for the most part. We play fourth-quarter team. And the defense is young. And believe it or not, the strong point right now is our pass rushing. I believe we got 6 sacks, 3 by DeMarcus Lawrence. DeMarcus Lawrence, in 3 games, is getting close to what he had in his best season of 8. Unbelievable. He going to get paid. He is going to definitely get paid. Shout out to all you guys that have come in here after the game here. I appreciate all the support. We got Trey Deal. We've got Dewan. We got Donald. We got Maverick. We got RJ Holt. We got Matt. There's Sarah, my girl. Lewis played well. We got Jason. We got Sandman. We got Joshua. Is Chlorine Bleach in here? Oh, where's my man Daniel, who said the Cowboys were going to lose? Yeah, he's always. Whenever he says something, I feel good because he's always wrong. We got Jay Addison, yo boy, DJ Mel. Matt, we got Kyle. Whoa, we got a lot of people in here. These numbers are flying through. 360 Sports Mobile, Most High, Lee Davis, Jose, RJ Holt, Clinton Reeves, Stephen Hill, the Simons family. Oh boy, we got all kinds of people in here. I got one thing to say to you guys. Let me make sure I get this right.
And the only thing else I got to say is, how about them Cowboys?
How about them Cowboys, y'all? Whoo! It wasn't pretty. It started off rough. But in the end, only thing that matters is it's a W. And we're 2-1 and getting ready to take on the Rams. That's right, the Rams, where we've already been called out, where somebody, I believe, said that they were going to kick our butts. What's amazing is everybody in the NFC East is 2-1. Oh, wait. Somebody's not 2-1 in our division. What team is it that isn't 2-1 in our division? Redskins? No. The Redskins, they're 2-1. They won last night. They beat the Raiders badly. The Eagles. Yeah. The Eagles, they're 2-1. Cowboys, well, we're 2-1. Oh, I know who's 0-3. That would be the New York stinking Giants. That's right. The New York stinking Giants. Michael's figured out what Odell was trying to do yesterday. When he raised his leg, he was trying to piss on the dumpster fire. Yeah. How sweet it is. Whew. I'll be honest with you. I didn't know what team was going to show up tonight. I had been worried about this game because, when you saw all these crazy games out there, nothing went to script. The Redskins beat the Raiders. The Raiders. Okay, we're not talking about the Raiders of the last few years. We're talking about the Raiders that have been good last year and this year. You saw the Bears end up winning. The Bears, the bad news Bears. You saw the Cleveland Doo-Doo Browns score 28 points. You saw Denver get their ass handed to them by Buffalo. So when you looked at all that, you had to wonder, are we going to get our lunch handed to us too? The Cardinals, a team that we've lost to the last 4 times, would it be number 5? Could this team turn it around? Watching the first quarter, it didn't seem that way, did it? But I'm proud to say my Cowboys got their stuff together, thank God. Now, the thing I do want to ask about, and hopefully this will be the last time that we have to address this, but I know it's not going to die. How did you guys feel about the Dallas Cowboys national anthem deal? I think they could not have done it any better. It may end up being that some of you guys, I saw some people that said, that's it, I'm done. After all these years of being a Cowboy fan, F them. I'm burning my gear. I got to tell you, to see Jerry Jones, the man who pretty much said, you better not kneel for the national anthem. It's important not to. To see him come out there with his team, and of course he was trying to get the camera. Hey, bring that camera, son, bring that camera over here. Okay, but they locked arms together. Okay, that gave me a lump in my throat and made me feel proud to be a Dallas Cowboy fan. To see our owner, Jerry Jones, out there in the middle with our team, arm in arm, taking a knee. And when you're 70-some years old, it ain't easy to take a knee and get back up. Let me say that, because it's hard for me, and I'm only 50. That made me feel really good about this team. Not that I needed much to feel good about my team, but it made me really feel proud about that. And what I'm hoping and praying for is that maybe Donald Trump did us all. Hunter Steed, I'm sorry. If you don't like what I'm talking about, feel free not to watch, okay? It's all now been brought into football because of Donald Trump. And I have to thank Donald Trump, because Donald Trump, I think, actually changed this whole narrative. He actually did something that hasn't happened before, where we're talking about the NFL all being together, right, wrong, or indifferent, intentionally, unintentionally, whatever. You can't tell me that wasn't a beautiful thing, seeing all of our Cowboy players there together, arm in arm. And you may not like me for saying that. I got to tell you, everybody I know that's in the military has no problem with this. It's other people that say it's you're spiping the military. Well, the people in the military realize what they're fighting for: democracy and the freedom of speech. And that doesn't mean freedom of speech only if I agree with you. It's freedom of speech. As you have the right to say, F the Cowboys for doing that, F the NFL for doing that, these people have the right to go ahead and say, this is things I have problems with. And I'm sorry if you don't like it. Mark, you're drunk too. Sandman, I'm not drunk. I actually only had one good drink. I should be drunk. Had the Cowboys continued to go south in the second quarter, I probably would be drunk because I would have definitely been drinking. But I got to tell you, that's 25-year-old rum sitting there in Jobu's shot glass. And you know what? It may be very bad to steal Jobu's rum, but that rum ain't bad. That's some good rum right there. And Jobu, I love you, man, but help a brother out. Um, Running Bear, veteran here. Okay, hey, look. Running Bear, thank you very much. Running Bear is a veteran. Thank you very much for your service. I appreciate what you have done for our country. And he's drunk. And he's loving life right now because our Dallas Cowboys got back on track. And Wonder Fizz, DeMarcus Lawrence, he is truly a beast. He was unstoppable. Well, the only thing that could stop him was he needed some air. Dude was beasting out. I mean, damn. 3 sacks? We had guys on our team that we were happy that got 3 sacks for all of last season. Man, he did really good last year. Man, we got 4 sacks on the season. Marcus Lawrence got 3 in one game, dog. 3 in one game. 6.5. He's got 6.5 on the season, and it should be actually 7 because the NFL stole a half a sack from him. You know how the NFL is. Did Witten have any catches? That's a good question. Hold it. Let's look at the final stats. But if he didn't, that would be a travesty. But it was one of those games that.
He did. I give him credit because he did.
Yes. Jason Witten had 1 catch for 3 yards, so he did have a catch.
He did a lot of blocking.
Let's face it. This was an ugly game. Ugly game. The offense couldn't get anything going. The offensive line couldn't block early in the first half. Zeke Elliott looked like he was scared running. But good teams find a way to win even when shit is going wrong. That's what the Cowboys did today. They sucked it up. They got the plays. They got lucky on some calls too. The ball bounced their way. I'm getting, let me interrupt my thought here. You watch sports for sports. I understand that, but unfortunately, politics got washed into sports. I can't ignore what's going on with my team. That whole protest happened on the field with our team. All I'm saying is this. I'm not trying to be controversial. I'm not trying to say F anybody because I will have a conversation with anybody about how they feel. I would like people to air to me and say, here's the reasons why I don't like this. And I'll say, here's the reasons why I think it's happening. That is better than saying, you're disrespecting the flag, F you. Okay. That's the problem right now with our country. And whether I talk about this on a sports channel or we talk about it someplace else, it still needs to be done. Understand, it's not an attack on you. Understand, it's about trying to make things better for everybody. Okay? And that's the problem that it's so sad to me that when I looked at Ronald Reagan was a Republican, but he could work with Tip O'Neill, a Democrat, and together with their different ideas come up with solutions that were good for everybody. That's all I'm saying. You don't have to agree with me. I don't have to agree with you. But understand, I have a right to feel the way I feel, the same way you have a right to feel the way you do. And instead of condemning me for my thoughts or somebody else for their thoughts, try and understand that it's a right as an American. The reason why we separated from England, the reason why we have our military that is doing what they're doing is because we have the freedom of speech. Now, let's not ruin this great victory with our Cowboys by basically jumping down my throat because I'm saying something on it. And I do this because I like to say what I enjoy saying. Everything I do on this channel is Mark Holmes. So people say, oh, well, you shouldn't be talking about politics. Oh, you shouldn't be talking about your job. This channel is me and Joe Boo, and I'm talking about what goes on in my life. And this whole situation is going on in my life. Okay? So if that's what you don't like, I understand. Joe Boo Sports Report is not for everybody. There are other channels that are maybe more like what you like. So I'm not offended if you don't like what I'm doing. It's just that's what I'm going to do. So anyway, um, I'm trying to get off of this thing, but some of you guys keep pulling me back. How is it that Dez is not doing shit? Well, Donald Trump. You didn't must not have seen him get that touchdown where he literally pushed 5 people into the end zone and willed his way in there with a little help from Zach Martin, helped to push him in, but did not give up on the play. If you think that he's not doing anything, you truly are just a hater of the Dallas Cowboys. Was this pretty? No. Not at all. It was ugly. But here's the thing. Dak Prescott only had 18 passes, but he had 2 touchdown passes and no turnovers and rushed for a touchdown. He did enough to win. And in the end, that's what matters, doing enough to win. Our defense, as much as people say it sucked, with the young guys that we have playing, the injuries back there, I'm sorry, I was looking for this comment. I was trying to find somebody who said that, unfortunately, these comments go through so quickly. I need to start getting somebody actually to start going through them because it was a comment that I really wanted to go back. I think somebody said that they're unsubscribing. Oh, no, if you don't like it, unsubscribe. Simple as that. I thought somebody, all the time, I get people all the time that'll come through and say, I'm unsubscribing to you because of blah, blah. It's like, okay. I mean, okay, I understand, but if I don't like something, I ain't going to take my time to even tell you that I'm unsubscribing to it. It's just going to be, I'm just not going to listen anymore. But understand that I don't have malice in my heart. I don't hate anybody. I try and work with everybody. And I wish that we had more people that would try and do that. And I think we'd be in a better shape. But anyway. Well, Don Oliver, we'll agree to disagree. Because the problem is when is the right time? When is the right time to do it? Because you got to understand, if you go stand on a corner and say, I don't like this, nobody's going to listen. Right, wrong, or indifferent, people are listening and at least having a reaction to it. At least people are trying to make steps. And it's not just about doing a protest at the anthem. And it's not saying F you to the military. It's never been that. And it's not saying F you to all policemen. But if you think that there aren't problems all the way around, there's problems with black people out there that are crazy and doing bad things. There's some problems out there with white people out there that are doing some crazy bad things. There's some things out there, police officers that are doing wrong things, politicians. But is that the norm for everybody in those groups? No, it's not. But if you don't say something about a problem, then nobody knows it's a problem. And you have to, unfortunately, sometimes you got to be vocal in when you do it to get attention to your cause. It's that simple. And I don't know. I'm old enough to remember segregation, being the first class that integrated. I'm old enough to remember going to school and being called nigger all day long. And I thought that my kids wouldn't have to face that same thing. At my age, I thought that, things have changed in life. And maybe you don't understand that because you've never been put in that position where you've been looked at because you're a black person, or stereotyped because of it. And I'm not hateful to anybody because of the things that I went through. I try and use them as teachable moments. I'm glad that you don't understand what it's like to be that. So, hats off to you. I'm happy for you. I wish everybody had your experience of never being done it. But it's not the case for everybody. There are cases where people go to jail for life and didn't do a thing because of their situations. There are, okay, no, we're not, we're just going to leave that at that. I'm going to leave it at that. I'm too happy tonight to get depressed about other things. Wow. Okay, that's a good one. I'm 42-year-old white guy, male veteran from Texas, and even I could see that there's something wrong with police departments across Clinton. See, this is the thing that amazes me, Clinton. Thank you very much. Applauding you. Is the people that say that it's so wrong. Like I said, a friend of mine in the military said, I went to war to fight, so people have the right to do that. I have yet to find a military person who says they have a problem with this. Clinton Reeves, I'm a 42-year-old white male veteran from Texas, and even I can see there's something wrong with police departments across the United States. That's not a black person saying that. He can understand, and he's a veteran. And I'm not condemning all the policemen because I've got some family members that are police officers. I've got friends that are police officers. So there are really good police officers. I had one that helped me the other day. There's some great people that are there. But in some places, there's some ones that are really, really bad too. So,
even LeBron James comes out.
Well, Bill B, you're actually right because the NFL actually, before 2009, I believe it was, the players were still in the locker room during the national anthem. It was the military paying the NFL to have the players out on the field to do that. Matt, what is the solution? Well, here's the thing. People say protesting doesn't change anything. Well, if you look back at the civil rights marches, protesting changed a lot. If it weren't for the protests back in the 50s and 60s, I would have gone to a segregated school. I'd probably still be drinking from a black water fountain. I wouldn't have the opportunities to be talking here with you guys. So you have to start a conversation at least and recognize there's a problem to try and fix a problem. I wish I had the answers. But I know the first thing we have to do is be able to sit down and have a conversation and stop the hate and stop being divided and realize that we are all Americans. We've got enough crazies out in the world that want to see us fail, that want to see us fight and kill ourselves. That we should be worried about those guys, not about the people that are here. And if we can come together and become that nation of people, that melting pot that we should be, we'd be that much stronger. I don't have the solutions, but I know that that's the first step. Well, Jay Richard, that's also part of the problem with Colin Kaepernick is Colin Kaepernick's not that good of a quarterback. So, that might be part of the reason why, Rob Minty, I'll get back to football too, but you're going to get all kinds of stuff mixed in with it. Terrence Williams played well. He's been on a bad wheel. The Mexicans are complaining. What are you talking about? Okay. Didn't bother you. What the fuck? He said bothered you. Oh, my God. Okay. Running Bear. Donald Duck there speaks. Okay. I'm not black. I'm OJ. Okay. Well, they took one away because of the penalty. Right there. They took a half a sack away from week 2 because they said that it was, somebody else assisted him with them. So, yeah, it could have been actually 8 sacks already, but hey, it is what it is. Ryan Switzer, Trevor definitely looked promising. I was happy about his punt returns. He did a pretty good job in there. Got him in there in a running play. They're going to start using him more and more, I guarantee you. Johnny Boy, okay. Did I hit 14 already? Okay, I didn't even notice. Hats off to you guys if we hit 14. Jam Wordlaw, yeah. DeMarcus Lawrence is definitely a beast. Bryce Butler, yeah. Bryce Butler's come a long ways. And I got to tell you, think about this. We ended up trading a 5th-round pick to the Raiders, and we got Bryce Butler, and back we got a 6th-round pick. And with that 6th-round pick, we got Mr. Chip on his shoulder, Anthony Brown. Tell me that was not a hell of a trade. And that's one of those trades that you go back and you look at and say, that's how this team got built. You got lucky in a good trade, and you got 2 good players. The same way when we, in the 2013 draft, we moved back to take Travis Frederick, and we ended up picking him an extra 3rd-round pick from San Francisco, and we got Terrence Williams. That's how you manufacture and get extra players on your team, because this team is truly built on its own picks and free agents and things. This isn't a team that's bought like the Redskins or the Eagles and things are trying to bring in all these free agents. This is really a homegrown. My thoughts on the on the Schmingles, they're done. I'm sorry for the Giants. I'm sorry for the Eagles. The Eagles are still pretty good, but the Eagles have some problems. Their problems is they lost Darren Sproles for the year. They can't protect Carson Wentz. Carson Wentz is getting sacked about 4 times a game. If they keep that up, he's not going to be upright for the whole season. And they're just like us. Their secondary is beat up. To let the Giants score more than 20 points, that tells you that defense is not that good. I'm the new minority and a middle-aged, poor white vet, and I don't like the way Trump acts, but I also don't like the stuff that the left states. But okay, all right, Daniel. So basically, I'm like you. I'm kind of like you. I don't like any of it that's going on. I would rather this not to be an issue any which way or the other. But unfortunately, it is what it is. Why Donald Trump decided to go after the NFL, I just don't know.
Don't forget the NBA.
Taco isn't a bust. Well, here's the problem for Taco. Right now, you got DeMarcus Lawrence playing really well. You got Tapper, who's actually doing okay out there. You got Tyrone Crawford. So right now, it's a numbers game. So you can't get on the field if other guys are playing well. And quite frankly, you're better off if that rookie has time to go ahead and start learning from these other guys rushing, and that you don't necessarily need him right now. Because sooner or later, somebody's going to get hurt, and you want to have somebody else be able to step in. So give Taco a chance, okay? That's all I'm saying. Give him a chance. Tapper was inactive, true. Tyrone Crawford actually didn't do too bad, though, today. He had a couple pressures in there. Scandrick, God, that one play where Larry Fitzgerald got the ball away from him. Oh, man. That was definitely his hand. He couldn't grab a hold of it. Is Scott Linehan holding us back? I think the problem with our offense is we're becoming too predictable. You've got to be able to throw some different stuff at guys, because after a while you figure out a way to stop a team. And to me, it looks like we're basically just going man on man on our offensive line. We're not doing a lot of misdirection. What you noticed started working tonight was when Dak Prescott got out of the pocket. When they would get flow going to the left, Dak would roll to the right, and he is deadly on the move when he gets outside the pocket, finding the open man or using his leg. Bench Heath, he's trash. Kill North Korea. Okay. Way too predictable. Miguel, I agree with you. The offense has become too predictable.
Yeah, we weren't being disruptive with playing.
Okay, I'll stop worrying about haters and or you keep talking football. How about them Cowboys? Definitely.
And the only thing else I got to say is, how about them Cowboys?
Whew. I'm just happy we got a win. Yeah, Junior. Well, I've never been a big Jeff Heath fan. I've always said that I'm not sure that he's an every type play. Safety. He had a few decent plays and stuff in there, but you're right. He did miss out on a couple interceptions. Bringing D, 100%. Definitely got to keep Dak rolling outside the pocket. Yeah. Definitely a lot of different weapons that we're not really using. It just seems like after a while it's just the same plays over and over and over again. Definitely got to mix it up a little more. Division champs, well, we got a long way to go before we start talking about that. Right now, the Eagles are 2-1. The Redskins are 2-1 after beating the Raiders, which is definitely a surprise to me. When does Irving return? After the Ram game, we have David Irving returning. And so then all of a sudden you start looking at this defensive line. Ian, thank you very much, man. I appreciate that.
And the only thing else I got to say is, how about them Cowboys?
Ian, thank you very much for the super chat, man. Yeah, DeMarcus Lawrence has definitely become a beast. He is definitely turned into that second-round pick that we thought he would be. Last year, he was suspended for 4 games for PEDs and ended up being injured, so he missed 7 games of last year and just never seemed to get on track. Only had 1 sack, but he had that back surgery early in the offseason, and seems to be a man on a mission. Now, he is in a contract year, and, guys within their contract year have a way of playing so much better than when they're not in a contract year. So, hopefully this is him maturing and getting to that next level where he's going to stay. Whether with us or elsewhere, he's going to get paid. Yeah, he's in a contract year, and definitely it shows. Yeah, Jordan Lewis, he looks like he's going to be a player, as well as Xavier Woods. I was actually very proud of him being thrown into the fire. You're talking about a couple of rookies that didn't really play a whole lot in training camp. I'm black. HUD 1231. Yes, actually, well, I like to consider myself a mutt. And I've got black, I've got Irish, I've got Indian in me, and who knows whatever the hell else. But what I can tell you is I'm an American. Lawrence will take Rodgers' soul. Oh, I would love to see that. I would love to see Aaron Rodgers just biting the dust in Dallas. I hate Aaron Rodgers. Oh, God, I hate freaking Aaron Rodgers. Dem Boys 88. Oh, man, you hit the nail on the head. I was talking about that with Michael earlier tonight. I'm like, when you look at Seattle right now, Seattle is screwed. Seattle's season is just about over. Their offense can't score like they used to. I'm sorry, Jason Park. I missed your comments. They're kind of, the comments are flying by, so they're hard to keep up. But with Seattle, that locker room is going to start getting ugly. And Richard Sherman, you can see already, is going to be leading that because, last week it was just saying that we understand the offense isn't going to be able to win us games. We're going to have to. Well, now the defense. Yeah, see, man, I saw that picture of it. That's pretty ugly. With that defense now giving up 33 points, that defense is stinking. So you can see that that's going to start getting ugly, that locker room. Pete Carroll's going to have to realize that team needs to start rebuilding and get rid of some of these contracts and might look to unload Richard Sherman again. And I still would love to see that guy on that defense. You put him back there with that attitude, with these young guys that we have, as well as the pass rush, you're talking about we could become a really good damn Kimberly, a really, really good defense. Eagles #1. Okay, yeah. See, we got the Eagle Trolls back. Well, Clinton Reeves, I'm about to get out of here myself because I got to get up and go to work too. Rams game, I believe, is in LA. 15 minutes could save you 15% or more. Oh, wow. Okay. I'm not going to read that one. Oh, no, Rams game is in Dallas. I'm sorry, I get that wrong. It is a home game. Richard Sherman's Cowboys would give. Oh God, wouldn't Richard Sherman give a hell of an edge to us? Calling sick the Cowboys won. I wish I could, but I can't. Aaron Rodgers. Here comes Dak Prescott, the baddest man. I like that. It'll be interesting to see what the talking heads have to say about the Cowboys tomorrow. Because, of course, the Cowboys came and won. It was amazing that they didn't say that the Raiders were in trouble after they got debacled against the Redskins. But, hey, you know how that is. Well, guys, I hate to do this because there's so many of you guys on here. But I have got to go ahead and get out of here and get ready to go to work tomorrow morning. We'll definitely have the morning hangover report where we'll recap the game and get a little more details and stuff. But we've been on for 40 minutes here, and it's been fantastic. So, friends, I'm Mark Holmes. This is Cowboy Joe Boo, and the Cowboys just won again.